Hey, hey, hey. Hey, how's it going? It's Charles. And I just want to say welcome back to the podcast. Today I have a couple different things that I want to talk about. I need to stop saying that. I think I just need to start talking about the things and not say, this is what I want to talk about. Anyways, I don't know if you know there's a person, this guy named Tim Ferriss. He has a podcast. So I had mentioned that I had listened to a podcast recently. It was an interview of Seinfeld. So he was actually getting interviewed by Tim Ferriss, who I researched a little bit is apparently like a entrepreneur, investor person. And I mean, I don't really know. I think he wrote a book that was like called like the 4-hour work week, the 4-hour workout routine, the 4-hour, I don't know, sleep routine. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. But anyways, but I looked at his the Google results, and it said that his podcast, he focuses on interviewing high performers. And that made sense to me. Since I listened to the interview that he did with Jerry Seinfeld, and Jerry Seinfeld is a high performer in comedy, in the world of comedy. But then I just started thinking, look, what about the low performers? What about the middle performers? Like, why not interview them? Because are most people, like the majority of people in the world, are they a high performer? Or are they just like a middle of the road type of performer? I don't know. It's something to think about. Like what? Actually, I heard this on another podcast. Like the person was talking about how, the majority of people, they feel like they can relate to people who are just like them. So he threw out this name of like, I really don't, he threw out LeBron James, which I'm not a big fan of, but I'll save that for another episode. But his point was, if you're just an average like person, and if you look at LeBron James and see the type of way that he plays and plays the game, can I be LeBron James? I mean, I weigh the same, but I'm like way shorter. We probably weigh about the same. What is he, like 260? He's 6'8". I'm 260. I'm 5'8". Yeah, that's not going to work. So yeah, I can't relate to LeBron James at all. I have no idea what it's like to be able to dunk or, dribble, shoot. Actually, I don't really like the way this is going. I don't really want to talk about LeBron James. The point that I'm trying to make is, do most people actually feel like they can relate to people who are considered high performers? Or do most people feel like they can relate to people who just go through life like everybody else? And honestly, I'm a 45-year-old man. I'm 260. I already established that. I'm 5'8", and I work in an office. My job is good. I actually just got a promotion, but I'm going to talk about that in a later episode. I'm married. My wife is awesome. I have 3 great kids. But the truth is sometimes life can be hard, and it's not necessarily like, oh well, I'm living on the streets. We're poor or whatever, but just life the way it is can be hard. Like the responsibilities, the pressures of life, being able to do everything that needs to be done, but being done in a way that is healthy. Guys, I really don't know what I'm talking about here. I honestly don't know what I'm trying to communicate here. And I guess if I don't know what I'm trying to communicate, why would you want to listen to someone like that? Well, maybe you can relate to that. Maybe you have a hard time communicating your thoughts. I don't know. I mean, when was the last time you thought, I'm going to write down my goals. I'm going to write down my dreams. We're getting to the end of the year, And January, I do this every year. I write down resolutions. I gotta lose weight. I gotta save money. I want to, I gotta lose weight. I already said that. I gotta figure out how to reclaim my hairline. Like, please show me how I could reclaim my hairline. I guess they actually offer, there's options, like people can go to like Turkey or whatever. You can go out of state, not just out of state, out of the country, and get a procedure, and next thing you know, your hairline's back. Like wow. But enough of that. I'm getting off topic. The main thing that I wanted to talk about is, what about the middle of the road performer? Like, honestly, how did they get help in their life? I kind of had a thought about this. How like the old show, right? This is actually, I don't know if this is really relates, but the old show, Biggest Loser, right? They would bring these people on who were severely overweight. And I'm not in any way making fun of anybody who's overweight. I'm overweight. Why would I make fun of someone who's overweight when I'm overweight? But they were overweight to a super high level. 100, 200, maybe even 300 pounds overweight. Speaking of weight and weight loss, man, this guy, have you guys seen Jelly Roll? Like, this guy, I think he lost like 200 pounds. Anyways, I used to think to myself, why not just build a show instead of getting like, these people who are severely overweight? What if you just got people who were just like 20 to 40 pounds overweight? Train them, give them the tools, and let's see who comes out winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to be the top? But that's the thing. I think people just don't want to see that. People just want to see, I don't know. I think there's two different levels of this. People either want to see someone who's considered a super high performer, or they only want to see someone who's like really at the bottom, like really, really struggling. Like, if you go watch a video on YouTube, for example, and you see the video title that says, I don't know, the world's most, what am I trying to say here? Like the world's worst train wreck in the world. Like, most damage ever caused in a single train wreck. Like, would you watch that? Versus, Honda Civic cruising down the freeway at 65 miles per hour. I'm not even sure if I made any sense at all in this one. I don't even know. Honestly, I still don't even know what I'm saying. I think the thing I'm trying to say is, do more people relate with someone who's in the middle of the road? Or do more people relate to people who are considered high performers? Or do more people relate to people who are low performers? I don't know. Listen, I'm just a regular middle of the road guy, just trying to figure out this thing called life, and trying to find ways to deal with life in a healthy way, to deal with stress, and trying to find ways to stay and remain grateful, because it's so easy to just lose sight of those things, and just simply trying to have just a little bit more joy. But anyways, I think that's about it. It's about the 10-minute mark. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you got something out of it. I hope maybe you can actually figure out what I'm trying to say. and teach me and show me the way. I'm out of here.